Hey everyone, today I am going to show you how to make these super adorable and I've translated it so it roughly translates to anchor bow, but it is basically just an alternative to a peekaboo with a different style of tails at the front. But look how cute it makes them. Like I said, it gives it just such a different look than just a peekaboo by itself. So I'm going to show you how to achieve this. Before you start your stitches, you should end up with something like this. So I'll put all the measurements in the description because I know for a fact that I talk too fast at times. And it's not always fair for all of you. So we want 2 pieces, one in a print and one in a plain of 24 centimetres and 2 pieces of 12 centimetres for your tails. Okay, and I have heat sealed all my edges. On your whites especially, do make sure you're getting in that blue part of the flame. You see the bit where you can't see? Never ever put it anywhere near the orange tip you can see, otherwise you will get dirty like smoke marks and like grease like stains on your ribbon when you heat your sealing, and you don't want that, especially on your paler colours. It's very hard to hide. That's why. That's better. So I have heat sealed all my ends and folded them in half and creased my centre on both pieces. And for your tails, what I do is I line them up together, take one of my little hold clips, and what you want to do is we're going to do like a little curve round to get this shape. And all you do is do a nice curve round like so, and then heat seal them, like I said, in the blue bit of the flame, like so. So you've got those to start with. Now what I do when I'm doing peekaboos, because some people glue, they make like the circle shape and then glue, I always use pins. So this is how I do it. Okay, let's just move these out of the way so it's not. So I take both of them while they're in half and pop them over like so. And the other thing I always do is I take my ruler, because on all of your peekaboos what I tend to do, if it's a 2-inch ribbon, I make sure it's 2 centimetres that are showing of the colour below. If it's 1.5-inch ribbon, 1.5 inch, 1 inch, 1 centimetre, 1 inch, 1 centimetre, 2 inches, 2 centimetres, 1.5, 1.5 centimetres showing. So like I said, I always do it that way. So like I said, I get my little ruler and I can see that that's close to 2, so I'll just pop that a little bit further down, like so, and there we go. That's 1.5. So once I'm certain it's where I want it to be, take a couple of my holding clips. I do one from the top, sorry that one's bent a little and it's not sitting together as it should. So, excuse me, I'm being cack-handed today. Well, tonight. Let's try again. Right, so make sure it's 1.5 all the way along, and then I clip that in place, that side. Again, make sure it's all nice and even. Okay, we do exactly the same this side. So you've got this, and like I said, if it's not quite balanced all the way along, make sure it's even. Just like I said, if you don't, it will throw off the whole bow. So like I said, take your time, make sure you've got, like I said, equal all the way along. When you do this, it should all be lined up. Okay, and then what I do is you want roughly a centimetre overlap. Now this is slightly more than I would normally do on a standard sort of tux-like style, but it means that when we line it up to our crease the other side and do our stitches, especially with the piece on the front, it stops it from slipping, and it will keep your alignment nice without you accidentally missing. Like what happens sometimes if you don't put enough over, you can miss one layer, and obviously we don't want to do that, because like I said, that will completely ruin all of our hard work. So what you want to do is bring that to your crease, line it up with your crease here. Okay, and as you can see, we've got enough, and we're going to do our stitches. We've got enough coming this side and enough coming that side that will catch all four, well, all three of those layers and not drop any stitches, because like I said, that would ruin the whole effect. And with these, what we want to do is you get them so your curves are facing outwards. And pin across. And what you want to do is you want that triangle at the point of your crease. So right there. Okay, I'm just going to move that centre pin and pin through all of those layers, so we can take that out. And as you can see, got everything all in there. Right, so this is what your look looks like, and this is the back. Like I said, try and have that line up with your crease the other side as well, that little. And then from above, we want to do 6 stitches, starting it from above, coming out here, which will give us 3 creases in the centre. So I'm just going to move that up a little bit. 1, 2, and when you're doing this, like I said, make sure you're capturing all of those layers. Like I said, that is the most important part of this bow. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you want your 6 to go right through the tip of that tail there. So in, 1, 2, out, and the back you've got 1, 2, 3, and as you can see, we've got all of those layers in the middle. So like I said, that's the most important part of getting this bow to sit as it should. Okay, now there's a reason that I didn't seal the top ends of this, because to stop these showing either side of the bow, what you do is lift it up and make sure it's away from your other pieces, and you want to cut as close to your stitches as you can get without actually being too near them. And then heat seal that and make sure that your thread's well out of the way and no heat's on it. And then same the other side, pull that over, and again this side we want to cut that triangle, make sure your bow beneath well out of the way and cut it as close to the centre as you're getting it, because we want our middle, when we wrap our middle, to hide it. So that's what you get in the end. Okay, and then we can pull it together. Take my 2 guide clips out. There's your 3 pinches. 1, 2, 3. And then we wrap round a couple of times to secure, and then stitch off in the back. And like I said, try and make your stitching as even as you possibly can make it, because the more even your creases are, the better the overall shape of your bow. Okay. So that's what it looks like when we're finished. And as I've got this one on my desk, I'll do this one as well. It's my niece's, twin niece's birthday on Friday, and I've been a terrible auntie and not brought them anything yet, so I've got to make matching sets. So there's my first 2, and these are my second 2, because I want them for the pigtails when they're off on holiday next week. And I've got to do one set on bubbles and 1 set on clips, because Ella prefers bubbles and Lizzie prefers clips. Otherwise they both don't like to keep them in their hair very long, especially Lizzie. So we go in, 1, 2, out. We've cut all the layers again. Take our guides off, make sure that thread is well out of the way. Trim it down. Always remember to heat seal it again so that it doesn't fray in the centre of the bow, because that'll still look messy. Been hidden, but it will eventually damage the bow. Heat seal that bit. Then your 3 creases and wrap. There you go. Stitch off in the back however you personally prefer. Try not to stab yourself like I have a habit of doing. And there's our second one, and I'm just going to grab my silver. Sorry, I thought I had white silver edged. I don't. I only have gold silver edged, not white to match, so I will use this. I've got some white bubbles. Let's move these out of the way so it's not distracting you all. for bubbles, I always make sure I do where the crease joins right against the back, and want just a touch of glue there. Line up our bubble over the crease, heat seal our 9mm. There we go. You want enough to wrap around at least twice, which is normally about 12 to 14 centimetres roughly. You have to excuse me there. That's why I said to keep your edges as close to possible, because if you don't, you'll see them over your middle wrap, and you don't want that. You want them completely hidden in that centre piece. Okay, heat seal that end, and touch of glue. And there's one. We'll just do the other one. Okay. Crease in the middle. I think one twin prefers bubbles and one twin prefers clips, because even though they are twins and they look similar but not identical, because Ella's got extremely long like loosely curled brown hair, and Lizzie is thin haired blonde. So like I said, that explains their clips versus bubble preference. There we go, wrap that round. Touch of glue. Just get all my glue stringers out of the way. No one wants to see them. And before they settle onto my bows. And there you go, got 2 on bubbles, 2 on clips, and those are the super cute, super pretty anchor bows, which, like I said, are just an alternative to peekaboos with the slightly adjusted tails at the front, like I said, but they're so cute. And thank you for watching. If you need any extra help or anything like that, I do have a Facebook page under the same name, and I'm always happy to answer any questions. And thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye!